good day, good evening to all the audience. And I think our guest speaker has already joined it to our meeting. Yeah, I see him. And László, Szabó. And today he will be giving a talk about achieving proficiency in legal English. And László, first of all, we would like to check the audio quality and the voice quality, video quality. And please let us know if you're hearing my voice clear enough.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Now it's hearable. I can hear you, but I can't see you, I'm afraid.
A moment. One moment. I'm trying to. My camera is on.
Okay, let's see if it's on. I think you have some sort of issue with your camera. It's not showing us. Okay, anyway, we can hear you. We can get all the information we need with audio, of course.
It says I'm trying to share screen. And I have a window, and it says that host disabled participant screen sharing.
Let me give the permission. Now you have a permission to share your screen. First of all, I would like to share my screen and give some information about you. I think it will be interesting to our audience. Now we can hear you and see you.
Can you see me?
Yep, surely. We can clearly see you. Surely.
Okay, nice.
And nice to see you. It's for the first time.
I'm also glad to see all of you.
And let's see how many students joined to our class. And we have just started and they're still joining. And okay, first of all, good evening to those who are in Uzbekistan, and good day to our guest speaker.
Yeah, it's good day and good evening for you.
Yeah, and today our guest speaker is László, Szabó. And am I correct? Because my pronunciation,
yes,
László. And today he will be talking about how to achieving proficiency in legal English, of course. And let me give some background information about him. And as you can see, he's a Hungarian author and author of a couple of books, which is very famous. And one of the most famous one is Practical Guide to Legal English, which has some sorts of reviews, which I saw on your website from the Oxford University professors. And also he is a member of European Union Teachers of Legal English Association, which we call EULTA. And basically it's just an organization, association, which legal English teachers gather once a year and have a discussion. And I saw you're giving just a presentation in this association once a while ago. And what else? Okay, László, I think you could give some information about yourself if I miss it one.
Thank you for speaking about me a little bit. I'm also a translator in law, English and Hungarian, and also have passed a law course at the University of Yale, and also passed the TOLS exam at the advanced level. So that's my key achievements in legal English and law. and also I am, as I told you, I'm a legal translator, and you know, when it comes to translating a text or a sentence, you have to analyze the sentence to see what it means. So in my 20 years of translating legal texts, I analyzed a lot of English sentences, and that gave me the impression that to find the secret of how to write legal English text, it's very good standard, and that's what I wish to speak about this afternoon or evening in Tashkent. May I start, or do I need to say something more? Hello.
I think we can start, and a couple of students are also joining, and I think they're having some issue with their connection, and probably we should be better to start. And okay, we can start with the main topic. Let's move to main topic.
Okay. Can you see the Word file that is open?
Yep, of course we can see.
Okay,
there is a certificate.
So basically, this is my Yale certificate completing the law course, and then this is my TOLS exam paper.
Okay, and László, can you give some information about your certificate? Because recently our university also just started having TOLS exams, and as far as I'm concerned, you have TOLS advanced level, which is very fabulous. And can you give some information about that one?
This is international legal English exam, and the key issues that we need to know about legal English for this exam is contract law, company law, and tort law. And these are the subjects that we need to know in detail, and we need to be able to write very good sentences in these three practice area: contract law, company law, and tort law. Basically, this is the key idea about this exam. And in my presentation, I will give you some more insights because when you are about to write anything in this test, in this TOLS test, then you are supposed to write very good level, very good standard legal English sentences, and my presentation is about how to write very good level legal English sentences. So this is my this is the introduction to my my lecture, and then I will start my presentation. So all of you are Uzbek nationals, so your native language is Uzbek, which is fine. Sure. And you have a good or very good English, ordinary English knowledge, and also legal English knowledge. So yeah, when it comes to when it comes to writing in legal English, first of all, we have to see, of course, what the meaning of the text is, and then you have in detail, and then when you have it in your mind, then the second thing to do is to formulate it in legal English. So this is the tricky part, but we will see how to do it a very good standard. Basically, what we have to do is write sentences in the way that that US and UK legal professional write their sentences. But the question is how to write these sentences at that very good levels. So we have came to the first secret of how to get excellence in legal English. Adrian Briggs, professor of private international law in Oxford University, said that he said, how do you learn legal English? Those of us who have learned to express ourselves in legal English gained our knowledge by indirect, accidental means. What does it mean? It means that when an ordinary English guy goes to law school, he will know ordinary English, everyday English. And when he goes to law school, he will learn law. And when he is learning law, he also learns legal English. That is very similar to you, because when the Uzbek student entered the law school, they knew and then spoke ordinary, everyday Uzbek language. And then when they entered the Uzbek law school, law university, they learned law. And then in learning law, you also learn legal Uzbek language. It means that it is not taught. You are not taught Uzbek legal language in the law school. You just learn it as you learn law itself. It means by indirect, accidental means. What does it mean in practice? So let's see these 4 sentences you can see here. I will read it fast for you. In consideration for the partner's provision of services, user hereby agrees to pay to partners the amounts at the times indicated in the agreement. And then the second, in consideration of the lessor's leasing of the leased premises, the lessee agrees to the following terms and conditions. And the third one is, in consideration of Bill and Go to use the computing facilities and the services of the college, the student agrees to observe the rules of relating their use. And also, in consideration for the rights granted under this agreement, the company must pay to the authorized fee in the amount of USD, whatever. So when they go to law school, these law students go to law school, they read sentences that, like this a lot of times. They read a lot of them. And when they read it, they record in their minds the essence of these sentences. And what is this essence of these sentences? You can see here the essence of these sentences. These are the sentence patterns. So it means that these sentences are analyzed, and then it comes to like this. In consideration for persons gerund, entity agrees to terms and conditions. In consideration of being verb 3, person agrees to verb 1. In consideration for services, entity agrees to pay amount of money, and in consideration for item, entity pays sum in the amount of USD. So these are the sentence patterns, and they are very, very, very important, because when American and UK lawyers and courts and judges write their sentences, they use these sentence patterns in creating their sentences. And when we take these sentence patterns, we can also summarize them in summary tables like this. You can see here, you know that we need to know a little bit of contract law, US contract law. And in contract law, it means that there has to be an offer and there has to be an acceptance. And not only that, but there should be a consideration from one party, and there should be a consideration for the other party. It means that one party gives something to the second, and the second gives something to the first. So that makes a contract. It means that the first party gives value 1. You can see here in consideration for action, in consideration of person verbing, in consideration of being allowed, permitted to, and so on. The other party gives something else. Person agree that, subject verb, person entity undertakes to pay some, person entity undertakes to, and person entity agrees to. So these are the very, very sentence patterns that they are using. The US and UK lawyers and court personnel and legal professionals use when they create their sentences. So, very important, if we use these sentence patterns, then our sentences that we create will be a very, very good standard. Let me give you an example. We have this Uzbek sentence here, you can see here. I hope it's a correct one. It's translated by Google Translate.
Okay, let me give. Kompaniya ushbu shartnoma bo'yicha berilgan huquqlar evaziga muallifga USSD to'laydi. Yeah, partly correct.
Okay, I'm very glad. And we have so we have this Uzbek sentence, and then we have this sentence patterns, and this is a UK and US sentence patterns. In consideration for item, entity pays sum in the amount of USD. So when it comes to so let's imagine that you have to formulate this Uzbek sentence into legal English. So this is your exercise one. Please use this sentence pattern that you can see here. And let's create a very good legal English sentence. Okay, you have, please, law students here that you participate in this lecture, please take 1 minute and do this exercise for me. One minute, okay? Okay, we'll write a sentence. Okay, write my sentence. Okay, I write the sentence in the chat box. Here is the chat box. So everyone gets this this message with the sentence. When you are ready, please write your answer in the chat. Okay, somebody help me.
Just a moment. I'm finishing mine.
Okay.
I think I finished mine.
Okay.
I think you can copy paste mine, and we can wait for others.
Okay, I will wait for others. Well, we have more answers, possibly.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, it will be like it's something like this. In consideration for the rights, the company pays USD to the author, something like that. So it's very easy. If you have this sentence patterns, you can create very good legal English sentences.
Mm.
So this is number one secret of writing excellent legal English sentences, to know sentence patterns. And then the second secret is, of course, we have to know the English equivalent of Uzbek legal terms. I checked it in a dictionary, and for these Uzbek legal terms,
Okay.
we have these English equivalents.
And contracts, shartnoma, sotib olish narxi, purchase price, majburiyat, to'g'ri, right, remedy, chora, dalil, evidence. Yep, everything is correct. Google Translate always makes a good translation.
So when we open a dictionary, it might give us the impression that when we have an Uzbek legal term and then we have an English term, then we know everything. And also this gives us the impression that we need to know nothing more, but this is false. I mean, legal terms doesn't exist in isolation. So we don't have just these terms in Uzbek and also in English, because all of the legal terms have context around them. For example, if you take a look at these sentences, these are also again Uzbek sentences. This one and
let me read for the audience. Ayblanuvchi dalillarni taqdim etish huquqiga ega va uning himoyasini qo'llab-quvvatlash. I think if I translate this one, the defendant has the right to present the evidence, right?
Yes, this is. You see, it's also an Uzbek sentence, and we have the term evidence in it, and we have all these terms that goes with the term. I'm trying to show you something, if I can. One moment, please. Let me see here. This is let me dance. One moment, please. Okay. Okay, so we have seen that the Uzbek term evidence is also in a context, in a sentence. It goes the same with English terms. Also, English legal terms have their context. For example, here you can see the term evidence in English, and we have all these. You can see a lot of verbs that you can use with the evidence: accept, adduce, admit, allow, bring forward, and so on. All these adjectives, and then all these complements. They all goes with the term evidence. And not only that, but we also have these sentence patterns here. For example, person have evidence that subject verb. The plaintiff has evidence that you accepted the amount of money, and all the other sentence patterns and sample sentences. What I mean is that legal terms exist not in isolation, but they exist in context, because as you can see, these terms have their set of verbs, have their set of adjectives that we have to use with them. So basically, when you know the meaning of the term dalil, evidence, you also have to know a lot of sentence patterns and verbs. In short, collocation. They are called collocations. So when you want to use a term very nicely, then you have to know the meaning and how to use it properly. That's when you can use a term very nicely. Okay, let's see. So the first secret of writing excellent sentences is sentence patterns. The second is collocations, and then we have came to the third one. We also have to know topics, because terms also exist in topics. We see the term, the topic of effect and force in contract law. I will give you an idea what it is. So when we have effect and force in contract law, you know the kind of sentences, this agreement comes into force on the 1st of July, and the parties have entered into this agreement. And all these sentences are related to effect and force.
Yeah. So sorry, László,
Yes?
I think you left your screen with the evidence page, and we can't see your.
Sorry. Go back to the. No, you can see the Word file.
Unfortunately, not yet.
I'm sorry.
There is a evidence page which you showed us with collocation.
A moment, please. Moment. Now you can see it.
Yep, we can see it.
Okay, so thank you. I'm sorry for the error. So basically, we have to know topics like effect and force. I will give you an idea of effect and force in 4 parts: beginning of effect, existence of effect, ending effect, and no effect. You see, when we are speaking about beginning of effect, then we have the person and the entity. They can conclude or enter into or make an agreement or a contract. When it's a state, they can codify, enact, pass, promulgate, ratify a bill, an act, or a decree. It all means, all these terms mean to start the effect of an instrument, right? And also we have the court, which passes, brings, and returns a judgment, an order, or a verdict. All these terms you can see here means to start an effect of an instrument. You see here the person, conclude, enter into, make. You can see the state and the court also. So this is the beginning of effect. And also an effect, an agreement, a contract takes effect, come into force, come into effect, come into force, enter into effect, become applicable, become enforceable. All these terms mean that these instruments begins in force. So you have to know all of these, because these terms are also used by native professionals. For example, if you see this sentence, this agreement shall commence on January 1st and shall continue until terminated by the agent, then this is a very, very authentic legal English sentence. This is the way that legal American and English lawyers speak about an agreement coming into force and having a force until a certain date. These are very useful and you have to know them. And also this is a very frequent term. This agreement was entered into by and between the parties. And also this agreement takes effect as from the date stated herein. These are very, very important sentences, and we have to know all of them. And then we have the effect existing. You can see here the instruments, act, agreement, contract, law, degree, is in force, is in effect, is enforceable, is applicable. And then we have other terms: continue in force, continue in effect, continue in existence, continue to apply. So these are the terms that you can use when an instrument is in force. Some other, you can see here some other examples and sentence patterns. And then we have the terms when a person or entity ends the effect of an agreement or contract: cancel, denounce, rescind, revoke, terminate, void. And when it's a state, it abrogates, annuls, repeals, suspends an act, a decree, or law. And when it's a court, it overturns, sets aside, or vacates a judgment, an order, or verdict. So all these terms mean that an effect of an instrument is terminated by a person, a state, or a court. These are very important terms also. And then we have some more sentence patterns. And also, if you have an instrument focus, agreement can expire, can discontinue, they can lapse, and they can also terminate. These two verbs, these four verbs are also very often used. So also we have to know them. Again, agreement, contracts is avoided, is cancelled, is rescinded, is terminated, is voided by a person. So these terms are very, very often used to mean that an instrument is ended in force. And also we can have an external cause like an action. It can also cause an instrument to have no more effect. For example, violation of this provision of the subsection, this action shall void the contract. So this is an action. It will end the effect of a contract. So these terms should be known also. And let's see, when an instrument doesn't have an effect, the agreement, the contract is no longer in force, no longer in effect, no longer applicable, no longer valid, and all these terms you can see here. And also have no applicability, have no force. These are very useful terms again. So I mean to say with all these terms that the TOL's International Legal English exam covers also contract law. And also, so contract law has the very important part, which is effect and force. And when we want to speak about effect and force, then we have to know all these terms, because these are used by the Native American and Native UK lawyers when they speak about the effect of contracts and agreements. Just some more information about topics. So we have just covered the effect of contracts, and now we have another important issue, a topic about companies, about ending companies. You see, companies can be ended by dissolving or liquidation and winding up. So again, we have a lot of terms that are widely used. They are actually synonyms to one another. And when we have this summary table, you can see that we can create very, very good standard sentences by using this summary table. You can see here entity person, apply for, commence, enter into file for, go into, initiate, is forced into, administration, bankruptcy, and winding up proceeding. So these are the verbs that we can use with these legal terms, meaning ending of companies. For example, you can see here another example, entity person, how to express that it is bankrupt or cannot pay debts, bankrupt, insolvent, becomes bankrupt, becomes insolvent, or ends up bankrupt, goes bankrupt, is adjudged bankrupt, is declared bankrupt. All these terms, all these verbs can be used with this verb, and then all these verbs can also be used this term. So we have just covered ending the terms that native professionals use in ending companies, and also the terms we have covered about the effect of contracts. We have some more. Summary tables here. So I have just shown to you that we need to know synonyms. We have just seen that we have synonyms in legal English. For example, in contract law, in the topic of effect and force, there are synonyms: enter into and make contracts. That I've just shown to you. And also we have the terms that we use at the beginning, and we use the verbs that we use the existence of effect, and how we can end effect and force of instruments, and how we can express that there is no effect of an instrument when an instrument is not in force, for example. So we have just covered that we need to know sentence patterns, we need to know collocations, and we need to know topics. And also, and this is the secret number 4, we need to know practice areas. So what are practice areas? I will show you new share. I will show you a new share. This is the one. This ebook is about civil procedure. In short, when people go to court and there is a lawsuit, and there is a defendant and plaintiff, and there is a court, and there is a judgment, and someone wins the case and someone loses the case. So these are the terms are summarized here in this book. So we have to know not only sentence patterns and collocations and topics, but also we need to know practice area. This is a practice area. This is a civil procedure. In short, this is when we speak about courts and lawsuits and litigations, plaintiffs and defendants. So we need to know a lot of terms about courts. For example, how you can place your claim, and what courts documents there are, what terms we have to responding to claims, and how the court establishes the facts of the case, and what evidences are used and what are not, and then what court rulings can be made, and how we can lose, and how we can win a lawsuit, and how we can appeal against court decisions. So this is the number 4 secret of knowing legal English. So sorry, I must go back to the presentation. Yes. Can you see the Word file again?
Yep, sure, we can see.
Okay. So here is the Word file again. I would like to summarize what I have just told you. So the secret one to proficiency in legal English, that we have to know legal terms and the sentence patterns that we can use with the legal terms. And then we have to know the collocations, including summary tables. And then we have to know topics like I show you about, for example, contracts and effects of contracts, beginning and existence of ending of terms. And then we have to know practice area with the terminology. And I would like to summarize this in 2 sentences. Just one, please. 2 sentences. When you have in your mind an Uzbek sentence and you know its meaning, and you want to say it in legal English at a very good level, then you should use legal English sentence patterns, and then you will have excellent legal English sentences. This is one. And the second one is you have a good ordinary, a good everyday English every day. You have a good everyday English level, and if you add to your good everyday English some legal English sentence patterns, then you can create excellent legal English sentences. So these are the 2 key ideas that I would like you to understand and realize and remember from this lesson, from this lecture. I'm sorry. And also, I would like, when I finish my presentation, I will save this file for you that I've just shown to you, and we send it to you, and you can Mr. Sarmatov can.
Yep, I can share with our students.
Or you can share it with them.
Yep.
And you can start learning a lot of good sentence patterns, good in contract law and ending companies.
Very interesting one.
So this is my basic idea about how to write excellent legal English sentences. I would like to finish here, and I've just promised you to send this file to you, and I will do it. I think I will. Sorry.
Okay, just a minute. Someone accidentally just draw a line. I'll be just removing this one.
It's no problem. It's not in the file.
It's on the screen. Yeah.
It's on the screen. Yes, it's no problem. How can I share it to you? Just a moment. Until I can figure out how to share it with you, I'm open
I think you can just send it to my email, I think, right?
Okay, I will send it to your email. Can you share your email with me?
I'll be texting you.
Okay. So if you have questions, I am more than happy to answer them.
Okay, I think we can move to Q&A session, which we can ask a couple of questions. And first of all, if our students has any questions, please feel free to ask or write them in the chat box. And till they think about, I will be asking my first question. And my first question is about how to learn the specific terms. Is there any tried and tested way of learning specific legal English terms? Because it's a little bit difficult than everyday English, as you said. What's your experience in learning them?
Well, learning legal English terms has been easy in my career because I'm a translator and I read a lot of them, and when I read them, I check them in a dictionary, and then when I check it and meet them again and again, I will remember it, and I learn the term.
Very interesting. And okay, so we have a couple of questions from our participants. Let me read. And Joraev Sherali is asking the one question, and let me. Good evening, sir. Are there any podcasts, journals, or programs that we can use to hone our legal English skills, to improve our legal English skills? Thank you, Joraev Sherali.
Yes, I can show you. Just a moment. www.legalenglish.store. This is my website, and if you check the blog side, then you will find some teaching materials.
Yeah, we got it. legalenglishstore.blog, store blog. Yep.
And the second question is, how many hours of study will it take an advanced student to get towards advanced with 90 plus points? Well, my favorite saying is, you see, I show you something. Can you see my? Can you see? I'm sorry. Can you see my face now?
Yep, we can see.
Okay, so here is my book. This is 1,000 page.
Oh my God, 1,000?
Yeah, I will show you. I will tell you how I did it. I worked on it every single day, and wrote just 1 or 2 pages each day. And it took me 1 or 2 hours each day. And my favorite saying is that little by little, that's how you can create. You can achieve great goals and great objectives. So if you learn legal English every day, or 1 or 2 hours, 1 hour is better because you are busy doing something else. I'm aware. So 1 hour, but that should be 1 hour. And if you do it for 1 year, there will be a very, very good result. And there is something that I must mention also. I have just shown it to you that you should know and you should learn sentence patterns in topics. Just as I have shown to you the sentence patterns in contract law, in effect and law, effect and force. It takes just 10 or 20 minutes to read it through, and you will learn everything. It just goes into your head. And when it comes to writing something in effect and force, these sentence patterns will come into your mind, and you can use them. And you will have to use them because that's what is required you to do at the TOEFL exam to create good standard legal English sentences. So basically, the fastest way to learn legal English is to learn sentence patterns and check out and read such summary tables, because they summarize all topics. And you have I've just shown to you civil procedure, which is 100 and something and 30 pages. You can cover it in just 15 days. So in 15 days, you can learn almost everything about courts and appeals and evidencing and everything in just 15 days. But you should use very good teaching materials that summarizes this knowledge. And then if you do that, then 1 hour each day will take you a long way, and will yield great results for you in the exam.
Very interesting. And okay, we have to select just 1 or 2 questions, and at the end of our meeting, we won't be able to answer all of them. And I think Shofar Norkovilov.
May I ask, there are some more questions.
Mm-hmm.
It says, sir, is it worth doing LLM or we have to do? I think it is worth doing LLM because you will learn law and also you will learn legal English. So basically, it's a good idea. Yes. The second question. Good evening, sir. Can you share some information on TOEFL books? TOEFL books, yes. The book you use, the lawyer.
I think
Mr. Sarmatov told me about, is a good one, and also I've just shown to you my green book. That's also a good teaching material. It teaches you basically legal English, which is very, very useful and very, very necessary for a TOEFL exam. And then, good day. Can you tell me a little bit about your studies in the year course? Yes, this year course was an online course, and it was about contracts. And we learned about American law about contracts and what are the essential parts of contracts. And we learned about a lot of court cases where this contract law was developed. I mean, there were court cases where the defendant lost the case because there was no consideration. So we learned that consideration was very, very useful and very, very important in contract law. So basically, we learned a lot about contract law, and it was very, very useful. So oceans of thanks for devoting your precious time for today's lecture. Well, it was my pleasure, and I am glad that you were. There were so many students, 31. I checked it.
Yeah, there are more than 30.
And I'm very glad that you listened to me, and I'm very glad that I could share you some information about my insights about legal English. And there is something more. Thank you, sir, for mentioning. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you.
I had you here in my presentation.
Yep. And at the end of our meeting, I would like to say my personal and our department's appreciation to László, and we are happy to see you in our university, and your presentation was super useful. And also we are really interested in your book, which you show with 1,000 of pages. Yeah, it took devotion. And yep, welcome.
One more question, please. Can you send through chat to me your email address so that I can send you?
Okay, this, right here, my chat. And also, I'll be sending a follow-up email to you, and so you can send me some useful information and your Word file, which you showed us with lots of collocations, which will be really useful to our students. And we are happy to see you in our meeting, and I think most of the students will be happy too. And I think it's already time. We have spent more than an hour, and we hope to see you in the future also. That's just the beginning of our collaboration, and we need experts like you who are full of knowledge and ready to share. And we are happy to see you in our classroom and also in our meeting. Thank you for your time, and we appreciate your help. Thank you.
Well, I'm also very glad that I could speak to you and your students, and it's really a pleasure for me to share my knowledge. And also, I hope that it was useful, and I also hope that we can cooperate in some way in the future.
Sure.
For now, I'm sending to you this lecture, this Word file in an email.
Thank you.
So good evening for the rest of the evening.
Good evening. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
We say see you, not goodbye.
Bye.
And thank you for attending. Have a nice day.